If you are an individual, man or woman, that knows how to do hair, do your own hair, and knows how to do hair, shout out to you. Unfortunately, there's people out there who don't know how to and they rely on people to get their hair done. But at the same time, you have to stay in prayer. You have to be very careful. Use discernment. Go to God. Those of you who's a stylist and those of you who go to these places to get your hair done. Because it's all serious, man. Look at what happened with the situation with the lady at the salon. That girl had that chicken blood. And they used the stylist to get that blood out that girl's hair. No, the people recording, they knew what's up. But that girl didn't know. And when she watched that, that was the finish of the ritual. You needed to be the one to do that. So y'all gotta start discerning, because your energy don't lie. Energy does not lie. Okay, you have to be very careful when you step into these places. Why? As a customer, when you go into these places to get your hair done, man or woman, right? Feel the energy, feel the atmosphere. Hedge your protection. Your barber or the woman that's doing your hair, discernment, the spirits, when they get irritated around people, they all do the same thing. The tactics don't change. They're gonna, if the spirit is bothering somebody who's maybe they cutting your hair or doing your hair, they're gonna be doing that. The spirit's getting bothered, yawning, fidgeting, and as they're doing your stuff. So that's warning you already. Okay, the discernment. You see the people in the place. Check where you're going. To the barbers and the women who do hair, ask God to give you discernment so you can see those who's coming to you too. And discernment, they're gonna do it too, whoever. So that way you can be looking out and watch out, because you saw what happened with the lady who came into that salon ritual. So y'all gotta be careful too with that. Another thing is, when you getting your hair cut, and girls, when they doing your hair, pray for a hedge of protection over you. Pray for a hedge of protection over that hair that falls down too, because they got people who come in, right? Witches and warlocks, right? They'll collect that hair off that floor. They'll collect the hair off the floor. They'll walk by. Some of them, they could act like they sweeping, but they might just pick up some of that hair. For men, they just need a little bit of hair and put it somewhere in a ritual, like a shrine and all that, and do something to that person. For the ladies, be careful. They'll pick up those hair. They'll use it the same thing too. They'll do it the same way too. And, or as well, they'll pick up all that hair that they cut off to put it, use it as a wig, pray over that, and now there's a spirit on that. That's why when girls put on wigs too, like when they put all that stuff, you're using another person's hair. There's spells on that. You don't know what was done. See, you gotta pray. Hedge of protection. You have to pray, because I promise you that when God gives you discernment and when God gives you the eyes to see, God's gonna let you feel, and He's gonna let you see what's up and feel what's around you. That's why you gotta pay attention and pray for hedge of protection. Energy don't lie. So let's say you go into the barber shop first time. You see the seats there, right? It's less. There's nobody really in there. Okay, cool. Now you go into your barber, whoever's available. Things is cool. I heard a honk. You sit down. Now you gonna get your hair cut. Things is cool, chill. But at the same time, be careful. There's monitoring spirits, right? Now you start seeing people start coming in. Energy vampires they be coming in. So some of them monitoring spirits. So be careful when you have conversations with your barber, or be careful when you have conversation with the lady who's doing your hair, ladies. There's monitoring spirits. They listen to conversations. So don't get too personal with the person who's doing your hair, because they are listeners. Spirits be listening to take information. Alright? Just keep it simple. Don't say too much about you. Even when they start asking you questions, because remember, they love to ask questions. Personal questions too. Keep it, professional. Don't say too much about you. Keep the convo going. And y'all know what's up already. Reverse it. If they ask you, you switch it and you ask them. But alert, prepare, watch. Because even those who's doing your hair, they look at others energy vampires too, and those you might see sitting around even with the mirror or doing their hair, they looking at one another, and some of the spirits getting bothered in there. They doing the same thing too. Even the people sitting on the bench waiting to get their hair, because the monitoring spirits be using those, but they watching you, feeling that energy over there, and they just watching. So pay attention to what you see. But when you feel that energy, right? Let's say it's all good, right? And you praying for that hedge of protection. Now here comes this person who comes to sit next to the seat over there, and the barber's now gonna start cutting this person's hair. They starting to cut this person's hair. You gonna feel that energy that they're gonna try to transfer on you. Because sometimes that could be a warlock, or that could be a witch. Ladies, even when you go to the salon too, you might feel something off with the lady sitting over there. When you start feeling something, you're like, okay, what's wrong? And they try to project that even there, but they're not saying a word. This person could be sitting down getting his hair cut, looking at you through the mirror, closing their eyes or acting normal, but all of a sudden, like the spirits pay attention, discernment, and the people who's cutting your hair, and you over here had your protection. Now you feeling the energy. You're like, whoa. Now you feeling whoever's sitting beside you if the energy is off. Now they're trying to project that on you. Now you feeling what's on them. I'm telling you, it gets real like that. And on top of that, it's a tight area in these places, depending on the place. So it's a tight area. So you feeling like, you're gonna feel people. So just stay in prayer. Pray for that hedge of protection. Pray for that hedge of protection. Stay in prayer. Bind, rebuke, and you might talk to God. But you're gonna feel it. Especially when they try to put that negativity on you. Because they still, spiritual warfare be happening in the barbershop too. Without nobody saying a word. Without nobody gotta say a word. Nobody gotta talk to each other like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll block your attack. I'll block your attack. I rebuke. Nobody gotta say these things out loud. It's spiritual in your mind. So they could probably send things your way. And you send it, you blocking, you in your mind. But you're feeling it. But you always pray to God when you do that. I'm telling you. So people, please, ladies too, barbers, watch out, man. Ask God to give you discernment, because you never know if somebody's coming in there and they trying to do a ritual work and they just need one of y'all to participate in that job. And if you're coming into a spot to get your hairs done, be careful and pray for hedge of protection on those who's cutting your hair and from around you too. But discern and observe and pray off the hairs that's being fallen that they're taking out. Pray for that too, because it gets real like that, man. They be coming to pick that up. It gets real. But the warfare be happening in barbershops and the beauty salons too. So this is a heads up just for y'all, man. For those who do hair and for those who's coming in to get y'all hairs done. Ask God to give y'all discernment and pray, man. Because it's real. It's real. And the energy don't lie. So when you come into the spot, you're going to feel if it's good and if it's off. Energy don't lie. Discernment, God lets you know off the rip off people. And I'm telling you, peep it. Because 1 minute it could be all good and fine. And here comes certain people coming in. Now the energy's starting to feel like, whoa, what's going on? But always stay in prayer. That's the most high. There's warning you about this individual here. Something's off with this person. You feeling what's on these people. And remember, the more heavier it is around this person, the more heavier that you start feeling around people. If it's heavy, I'm talking about to the point where you be like, ooh, whoa. Because sometimes people's energy, you be like, whoa, all that negativity and all that. Bro, that's a person that's filled with legions and so many doors opening. Like, yo, you feel that heaviness on the people. There's people out here filled. I'm talking about like you feel that darkness. You be like, whoo, but always eating, no matter what you feeling, thank God, because God is giving you that discernment and warning. You like, ooh, but you're not gonna show it off in your face. Just stay in prayer, hedge of protection, block, bind, rebuke in your mind. But you're gonna feel if it's heavy on individuals. Cause you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel you're gonna feel energy on people, man. So always keep that in mind. If that joint gets too heavy and they trying to send something like be around you and it feels too heavy and you be like, ooh, that's a legion. That's a legion of demons, fallen angels on this person. So much doors. That's a legion. And they just trying to look at you, and you feel that. You like, ooh, but stay in prayer. It gets real. It gets real in the barbershops and salons, man. Nobody talks about that. The warfare being there too, man. But they just do it quietly. See, in the flesh, there's people who's talking, listening to music, getting haircuts and all this stuff done, getting hair done, and you see people having a normal conversation while they doing these stuff, conversation talk, barbershop talk, salon talk. But a person sitting down who's spiritual, who can see and feel, you while they're doing these regular combos, cutting hair, doing hair, their spirit is irritated too, and they talking normal. And the people sitting down, they laughing and talking and all that, but those spirits, you see them looking at you like that. You seeing what you're seeing from the flesh to the spiritual, and you feeling it at the same time. So, but you the one that's seeing from both the physical and spiritual. You like, whoa, I'm seeing it. Woo! So yeah, man, it gets real in the barbershop and in the salon. So like, pray for hedge of protection, man. Pray for a hedge of protection over you, over the place. I'm telling you, and on that hair, please. And those of y'all who do hair, ask God to give y'all discernment and pray for hedge of protection over y'all too, because you do not want to be a part of somebody's ritual when they coming into your shop to probably give you a curse item, to probably curse your store, or they need a ritual done and they're gonna use you, and you don't even know what's going on now. And now their work got sent to you because they needed somebody and they use you. So yo, please, yo, it's real. It ain't fake. It's not fake. Stay with God.